The Naira fell to an all-time low last week, another aftershock of the lifting of the currency's peg by Nigeria's central bank.
But some businesses can thrive despite an economy's ups and downs, especially when they provide an essential and tasty product for the family food table.
And an annual festival shines a light on a distinct North African culture through its enriching musical tradition. Africa 54 starts right now.
Hello and welcome. I am Adeshawa Joshua, Channels Television here in Lagos. Stay with us in the next half hour for stories from Nigeria and the continent.
And I'm Esther Gido-Ewart, our Voice of America, here for Vincent McCory, coming to you from our VOA headquarters in Washington.
Surviving any economic recession requires cutting down on expenses. But one agripreneur, a fish farmer, has developed a business that can do well even during tough times. Correspondent Chris Elems brings us the story as voiced by BC Adebayo.
I met my father doing agriculture in a commercial scale.
Charles Osuigwe, a graduate of agriculture, is a fish farmer with thousands of catfish at various stages. From producing the fingerlings to incubating the eggs and growing juveniles, which become the big fish ready for sale and consumption. Introduced to agriculture at a young age, Charles believes there are boundless opportunities in the agriculture sector.
Nigerian people, as much as they are able, can enter into agriculture. They can do what I call agricultural business. For me, as far as I'm concerned, agriculture is a business. Why do I call it a business? It is a business because any item you take in agriculture can give you money. It has the percentage to multiply.
At a time when one source of income may no longer suffice, this farmer suggests fish farming is a good alternative source of income.
It's not as cumbersome as any other thing you see in agriculture. So you feed them in the morning, you go away. You don't disturb yourself again till in the night. 2 times feeding is sufficient for this fish to give you 1 kg in the next 3-4 months. The idea is, if you know
and with little money and space, a flourishing business can be in the making.
For a starter, this thing is about 14,000 on the road. You buy one, cut it, and put your fish inside. Put water and put your fish, and you have started fish farming. You go to a feed store and buy commercial feed that you like and start feeding your fish. But guarantee is that 3 months, somebody will come and knock at your door to give him fish to buy. Your neighbors want to eat fish, and now you have produced. They will definitely come to buy from you.
Another passionate call is made for the importance of agribusiness at a convocation ceremony of university graduates of various subjects, including agriculture.
The federal government of Nigeria, through the Ministry of Education, in fact, directs the National Universities Commission to totally revise the curriculum of agriculture so that we can integrate entrepreneurship, not just on the side, as a side, but inside the agriculture curriculum.
With more Nigerian youth armed with the knowledge of agribusiness, thriving in harsh economic times will be attainable, as the likes of Charles prove.
Now to Kenya, where a revolutionary stove is doing more than warming food in East Africa. It is warming hearts and possibly saving lives while also helping the environment. Reporter Ruben Kiama reports.
Ban Manufacturing, a U.S. company with operations in Kenya, is helping improve the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in East Africa, including women and children, with its efficient charcoal burning cookstove and employment opportunities. The revolutionary saving stove, known as jikokoa in Swahili, represent efficiency of charcoal burning cookstoves, dramatically improving the health and well-being of its users. Boston Nye, the general manager of Ban Manufacturing in Kenya, explains.
Burn was founded in 2011, but we only started manufacturing in Kenya in August 2013. The population is booming and cities are developing quickly, but there isn't big growth in cooking technologies. and there isn't a huge growth in, say, gas, LPG.
He says his company's business, founded by Peter Scott, one of the world's leading experts in the cookstove industry, is not only saving the lives of millions, but is also conserving forests in Africa.
So there's more people in the cities, and at the same time the forests are going the other way. That's why we did it from a high level, but again, if you look at a household in Kenya or East Africa or Sub-Saharan Africa, especially in an urban setting, you might be spending 30% or 50% of your income on charcoal for cooking, for example. So you can look at it, you talk about poverty, but one of the reasons why people can't, continue to improve their livelihoods is because they're spending all their money on fuel for cooking. So not only you have forests from the global perspective, but you have people's pocket, and at the household level, you can have a big impact.
So far, its energy-saving stove is the most efficient on the Kenyan market, consuming 50% less charcoal than the next best option. Halima Ali, a mother of two, bought the stove over a year ago. She says she has never regretted it.
My name is Halima Ali. I've been using this energy-saving cook stove for nearly a year now. Initially, when I was using the traditional charcoal stove, I would consume more charcoal within a very short time. But since I started using this new stove, I have realized I'm spending less on charcoal. Say like a small bucket of charcoal worth 50 shillings. These days it can take me for about a week or so. It's more efficient and saves time and energy as it consumes less charcoal.
According to the World Health Organization, exposure to indoor air pollution caused by cooking on open fires leads to 4.3 million deaths per year, a bigger number compared to the number of deaths caused by malaria, HIV, and tuberculosis combined.
Burn manufacturing is revolutionizing the cookstove industry in East Africa, while at the same time saving lives, conserving forests and empowering communities. Ruben Chama, VOA News, Ruiru, Kenya.
The health of the naira is our next topic. Nigeria's currency fell to an all-time low last week, crossing 300 to the US dollar for the first time after the central bank lifted its peg on the currency. Joining us now to talk about that is the head of our channel's business desk, Bosin Omofaye. Bosin, thank you so much for joining us on Africa 54.
I appreciate it.
We're seeing the introduction of monetary policies and also the forex policy to help stabilize the naira. But it does appear that the naira is still falling as fast as it can in spite of all of these policies. What is amiss?
Well, there's nothing amiss. You set up a currencies market that is transparent, that will have to be market determined, in which, in other words, you just floated the naira. You need to allow the system to work. The issue before now was get the central bank out of the way so that the market can determine the rate of the naira-dollar relationship, and that is precisely what is going on here. Again, if you look at where we're coming from the pegging, the central bank has spent a number of years, several years defending the naira, spending billions and billions of dollars almost on a yearly basis to subsidize the true value of the naira. So once you remove the subsidy, the naira or that currency will have to find its true level, and that is what is going on right now. And it's not really something to be scared about.
Right, but you did hear the finance minister say recently that we are technically in a recession. That is obviously something to worry about. What do we have to do to avoid going into a full-blown economic recession?
We have potentials and we have opportunities. We just need to put the two together and go alchemists, as it were, in a manner of speaking, and come up with something that will take us out of it. If you look at the potentials the country has in terms of the non-oil export diversification, if you look at the potentials it has in terms of natural resources, whether it's agri-based or other solid and soft commodities. If you harness all of this together with the right policies and actions that are steady, that are consistent, and are focused, and that you keep monetary policies in tune with fiscal policies and everybody's on the same page. Yes, we got what it takes to support what the Minister of Finance says, but you have to take it steady because it has taken years for us to have come this far into the doorstep of recession, and just not to enter that gate fully in what could be a point of no return. We just have to make sure that we don't let recession pull us in, but we pull all the way back.
So the Monetary Policy Committee is meeting this week to determine how to, find a way to cushion some of those effects. What are your expectations? Because a lot of people obviously are looking forward to the decisions.
I think there's a limit to what a monetary policy can do. And over the years, the central bank had always been the one trying to mop up a few other things that happen from the fiscal space. This is the time that the call is becoming a lot more stringent for the fiscal side, which is the government and the executive and the legislature, to do something very quick and be on the same page and at par with the monetary policy authorities. You're trying to tame inflation, try to engineer growth. The central bank can only manage the financial system, the mechanism for that. Those that would do the job of actually bringing growth is the government at the center, pumping money into the right economy, the right amount, the right stimulus, the right sectors, and helping the central bank to manage the financial side of things. So we just need to put the two together and make sure that, yes, monetary policy is moving on. You need fiscal policies to move on very quickly and as active and as responsible.
So you're basically not expecting anything drastic, any drastic decision from the Monetary Policy Committee meeting this week? The way the stock markets, the way the financial markets finished off in the week we just finished tells that we need to be worried a little bit about what these decisions will be. The stock market went down 4%. Naira touched a new low. The bond market, FGN, the government bond, Naira bond was sluggish. So much activity in treasury bills, which is short-dated. Then you have the unlisted securities, NESD, trading tapering off to just a few 100,000. That is something we need to think of. All right, then. Thank you so much, Bosingham Ofaye, for helping us shed light on this in Africa 54. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
We want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we covered. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. Coming up, safe drinking water and basic health services, something everyone needs. And in one community in Nasarawa State, citizens are coming together to make those things happen. That story after the break.